Hi guys, welcome back. So I do have several journals in the works right now that I need to get done. One of which is the one that I gave you a sneak peek of yesterday morning, and I told you that I will do a tutorial on that, and I absolutely will. But I wanted to go ahead and get the cover made for this journal so that I can see it in my mind how it looks, so that I can start looking for the papers and stuff for it. So this journal is going to be a larger journal, and it's going to be fabric covered because I picked up the most beautiful fabric ever. Look at this. How gorgeous is that? And then I got this beautiful fabric to go along the spine. Ah, I'm in love. Okay. So let me set that to the side. So this one it measures, let me move some stuff out of the way. I have cut my cardboard at 6 inches by 9 inches. And then I have a 2.5 inch spine. So just like all of my other journals, I am going to put my cover together the same way that I always do. So you know I'm going to be using my Tyvek tape. So I am just lining everything up. I want to make sure I get everything lined up and even. And that looks about right. Let me come just a little closer right there. Okay, so that looks good. So now let me just get some washi. And I am just going to put some washi here. And I'm going to put some washi here. Okay. And then I normally leave the washi on. And I just slid that stuff out of the way, trying to... Good thing I have my washi there. I was trying to get it to where you guys could see, and I just totally went crazy. Just trying to line everything back up. Okay. For some reason, this is looking a little too far over to me. That's the one thing I love about doing it with the washi first, because I can line it up. And then if I need to redo something, I can. All right, so let's try this again. Excuse me. All right, so now I need to take my Tyvek, and I need to order some more. I cannot run out of this stuff. Where is the end? Great goodness. I don't even know if I introduced myself. I mean, I know y'all all know me, but just in case there's any new people, my name is Betty. I am the owner and creator of Betty's Custom Design here on YouTube, Etsy, Facebook, and Instagram. And you never know what kind of craft I will be doing, because I do anything from digital paper, Photoshop tutorials, to junk journals, to envelope journals, fabric cover journals. You guys never know. It's a smorgasbord. Okay. So now I'm just putting that down. All right. So now what I'm going to do is flip it over. And I just leave the washi tape on there because it doesn't add any height or anything like that. It's not going to hurt it. And it keeps me from having to worry with making sure that I've got it all lined up. And so I'm just going to get some more. So I hope all of you guys had a good weekend. I had a pretty good weekend. I went to I'm actually filming this Sunday, but it won't upload until in the morning. So I went to my granddaughter's horse show yesterday. My little 21-month-old granddaughter, my barrel racer, and I made the stupid mistake of eating a slice of pizza. And let me tell you, that made me so sick. So, I think I told you guys about it in yesterday's video. And then, so far, I went to church this morning, and I'm filming this between church. And so, when I get done with this, I have some Etsy orders I need to get packaged. And then I have church tonight. Okay, so that's on there. Now, what I want to do is I am not going to take this all the way. Let me trim some of this off. I tear my fabric to begin with because it makes it, I can get it a lot straighter when I tear it. Okay. I'm just trying to feel to see. So if I put that there, I'll try and get you guys in frame here. Let me see if I can raise this up some. Okay, maybe you guys can see a little better. Hopefully. Okay, so I am thinking if I put it there, then I only need like an inch, so I can come off there. So let me go ahead and do this first. Let me go ahead and cut right about here, so I'm not working with this huge piece. Okay, so I'm just trying to see the best way to put this on, and I'm not worried about the wrinkles because those will smooth out when I go to glue them down. So I'm thinking I can come down a little bit because I don't need a whole lot to fold over, but I do want about an inch. And this fabric is pretty enough that whatever is, whatever little scraps I have, I will absolutely use it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can tear this part off right here. Okay. And that's what I was saying. For some reason, it just tears straighter than when I cut. So now I've got that part done. Now I need to figure out over here. I think I'm going to go about here. So what I do is I just get a little slit in it and then I just rip it. Okay. Oh, I love this. And look at that rose right there. Okay, so I do take, excuse me, I do take my time trying to decide my placement on this, because I want to make sure that it is put in the exact spot that I want it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use Fabri-Tac, and for sure I would use Fabri-Tac, maybe Fabri-Fix. Fabri-Fix supposedly does everything except for gluing on wood, I believe it is. But I just always opt for Fabri-Tac. It's just the glue that I always use. So that way I'm not having to change glue back and forth or anything like that. And I am putting quite a bit of glue on this. I know. Overkill, I'm sure. Alright, so now what I want to do is get my fabric back out, and I want to put it right where I want it to be. And I think I like it right there. Okay, so now I'm going to get my little scraper, and this is where it's going to get all of the wrinkles out, but I'm doing it very slowly because I'm trying to I'm getting the wrinkles out is one of, my reasons for doing this. But at the same time, I'm trying to evenly distribute that glue all up underneath it. And so that's what I'm doing. I want to make sure that every part of it is glued down. And I don't want to get in a hurry because I want to make sure that the glue is spread evenly. I've got my wrinkles out. And I can feel I have a glob of glue right there. So when I turn this over, I'm going to have a glob of glue. But that's okay. And so now I'm just doing it right to here. Same thing. Okay, so now let me turn it over. Oh, look at all that glue. Let me grab my paper towel so I'm not gluing the front cover down to the desk there. Okay. Now I am going to glue this down, and I probably have enough glue on here to not even need glue. Great goodness. But that's okay. I'd rather have too much glue than not enough. And so I'm just kind of mitering my corners there. Feels like I still got glue, I do. All right. Now I am going to take Fabri-Tac again. And I'm going to put some on here again. And then I'm just going to fold this over. And I'm going to do the same thing. And I'm just kind of working my glue all up underneath the fabric there. And I'm trying to make sure that I pull the fabric tight, because I want it to be real tight right there on that seam. Okay. And now I'm just turning it over. Look at that, guys. Wow. And then I'm going to go ahead. I do have glue on here. And I'm going to do this end next. And so same thing. I'm just putting some glue down. I want to make sure I have plenty, but all right. And then I'm just going to fold this over and do the same thing where I'm working that glue all the way to the outside edge. Okay, so that's getting rid of all of my wrinkles, but it's also making sure that the fabric is completely glued down. Okay, and now I can turn it around, and now we will work on this edge here, and I've got strings all over me, my goodness. I can make a good mess with this. So in today's video, probably all that we are going to get done is just getting the cover prepared. And then, like I said, once I get a visual of how the cover looks on it and all that, then I can start working on my pages. But I like to actually see it. It helps me. So once I can actually see it, then I can really start visualizing what pages I want to put in, you know, what direction I want the journal to go. Look at that, guys. How beautiful. Wow. I love it. Okay, so now let's go to the back cover. Just make sure I have glue down here. I want to get off so I'm not sticking to my table. All right, so now we need to do the same thing with this back cover. And I'm just seeing what I want to do. Okay, so I can actually cut like right here. Let me go ahead and get this part first. So I can do it about here. So again, I'm just going to tear it. It's the easiest way for me. Now, do I want it on this side? Do I want that part showing? Or do I want this part showing? I think I want this part showing. Okay, so that means I'm gonna go right here and I'm just going to rip this off. Okay, so that gives me that right there. So let's do the same thing that we just did. Just getting my Fabri-Tac and I'm putting a bunch of it down because I want to make sure that this fabric doesn't go anywhere. And I know that I put way too much Fabri-Tac. I know that, but it just makes me feel better. Because I worry. Okay. So now I need to line this up where I want it. Line it up there. Now again, it feels lumpy, like running my hand over it right now, but that's okay because what I'm doing is I am going to smooth it out. Excuse me. And I'm going to smooth out any wrinkles. And in doing this, I am distributing the glue all the way to the edges. And I'm getting any wrinkles out of the fabric that may be there. And you can iron the fabric before you use it, but you know, my thing is I'm not even going to waste my time because I know that I can smooth the wrinkles out like this. So I'm not going to do a step that is unnecessary if I can help it. You know, if you need to iron it to be able to see it setting on there right, by all means. But to iron it just to get the wrinkles out, no. No reason to do that. And so again, I'm just simply rubbing my little scraper along, distributing the glue, making sure it's all over. And then that looks good. Okay, so now I need to flip it. And of course I need to get all the glue off of here because you know it all comes out the edge, which I'm fine with because when it does, that lets me know that I've got the glue all the way to the edges. And I like that. Okay. So again, same basic thing. I'm just going to trim just a little bit off of these corners, not much. That one's not very good. And then I'm going to do the same thing right here. I'm just trimming just a little bit. Okay. Now let's attach this. And like I said, I'm doing just the exact same thing. And I normally work top to bottom, or bottom to top, whatever. And then I leave that side there as the last one to glue down. But whatever way you do it, you know, it's just whatever's easiest on you, because we all have learned different things that we do, different ways of doing things, but at the end we all end up at the same place. So all right, now let me get some of that off. Now I'm going to turn it around and same thing. So I'm trying to figure out what all I want to put in here. I may have to create a paper to go with this because I don't know that I've seen much that would actually go with it. Which if I do, I'm okay doing that because I love this fabric. It is just, the colors in it are beautiful. When I seen it, I was like, yep, I gotta have it. And the thing is, I didn't even need to make a journal out of this right now. But I'll make it, and if I don't keep it, I'll put it in my Etsy store, but you never know. I enjoy, number one, I enjoy journaling. I enjoy writing. I enjoy paper. And so I don't mind just making some and just set them on my shelf. I have no problem doing that. And I cannot tell you how many I have sitting on my shelf. I just enjoy looking at them. Like, I don't know. I love it. Okay, so here's where we are at so far. Look at this. Oh my goodness. It is so pretty. Okay, so now the next thing I need to do is I need to figure out my spine. Okay. And do I want to fold it under? Let me tear this part right here off. Well, let me look. I'm just trying to decide how far over I want this to go. Let me go ahead and get my length. So I'm just going to, it's probably going to be way too long, but I'm going to go ahead and just tear it right about here. And then I can make the decision whether I want to fold it over or not. Okay, so we have that. Now I need to get this off, so let me just put it right there. Now let's see if that's too wide. I don't think that's going to be too wide. I think I like it like that. Now the one thing I do want to do, I am using my board again to kind of get everything straight, because I do want to make sure that this goes down straight. All right, I think I like it like that. And then I can put something on the edge. So let's go ahead and let's start gluing down. Let me just kind of get an idea. I'm gonna leave it right here as I'm gluing this part down so that I'll get an idea of where my glue needs to go. And I'm not gonna put it all the way to where the edge would be, because I will press that glue out all the way to that edge. And so you just want to make sure that you glue it good, because this is going to be opened and closed quite a bit. Okay. So now what I need to do is figure out, make sure that I have my, because this does have writing on it, so I want to make sure that I've got it going the correct way. And I'm just lining it up to make sure I have it right where I want it. And when I do, that's when I'm going to start going in with this, and then I'll start going to the edge of the fabric. I'm pushing it to the edge up there, and the edge here. And then I'm just moving glue. It feels like, you know, there's a spot that's not sticking down, that, you know, I don't have glue, then I will take glue from another part and kind of move it up that way. So that's what I'm doing right now. And as you see, it's getting rid of the wrinkles. That's not a worry. Now I will take right there where the spine is. I do want to kind of push that down in there. Okay. So now I'm just simply making sure I'm all the way to all of the edges, making sure I've got everything smoothed out, and I do, it feels like. So now I get to flip it over again. Okay. And what I'm just going to glue this all the way down. I'm not going to stress over it. Because that way it'll give it that much more stability. So I'm just going to put some glue here. Okay. And then we're just going to, there we go. Okay, and I'm just making sure again that all of my edges are covered all the way to the edges. And I'm going to turn it around and do the same exact thing. And I'm trying to decide what I want to do for the inside covers. I may, I'm not sure yet. So that may be for a different day because, like I said, I don't know. I may end up creating a paper to go with this. I'm just not sure yet. Okay, so we have that. Now I do think I want to go ahead and cover this little spot in the spine. And I really don't need it any longer than, I'm just going to do it to about here. Because it doesn't even have to go from the top to the bottom completely. So I'm doing it right there, and then we'll just maybe like right here. Yep, I think that will be perfect because that's plenty so that if I bring some over, it'll overlap. And that's my biggest thing. I just want to make sure that it would overlap. So now I just need to put some Fabri-Tac down. And make sure it's going in the right direction. Okay. Because that's the big thing. You want to make sure it's going in the right direction. It looks like I might have got it a little bit long, but that's okay because I can trim that off. Alright, so the same thing. I'm just, you can see I don't have enough glue there, so I'm just going to take some and push it that way. And there we go. So that's how you take care of that. You just push the glue wherever you want it to go. Okay, and again, I do want to do that real good in that fold area. Okay. Yes, that's looking good. Let me trim this up real quick if I can. I would not advise doing this when your glue is wet, but you guys should know me by now. Okay. Then I will go back in and trim it a little better once it's all dry. Maybe. No, I'm not, because I'm going to keep on until I get it done now. All right. And then we will put something, we're not going to do that today. We will be putting something along the spine or along the seam area there. We got a lot to do to it, but we are well on our way. I'm just getting off that excess glue right there, which one of my E-Club kits has a glue eraser in it that I've been using, but I never think to get it out. So I need to do that. Okay, but I got that off. But look, guys, how beautiful is this journal going to be? So thank you guys so much for watching. Stick around. We will, I may be jumping back and forth between this one and the Disney book journal, but we will be getting them all done soon. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will talk to you all later. Bye, guys.